Hey everybody, it's Jeff, and this is the JEFFSCAVATOR channel. Please like and subscribe if you're tuning in to watch this video. Lets me know that you're out there and that you enjoy the content I'm putting out. Today, I am going to show you how I put a cushion valve on my Cartiwell CW12 Pro. And I did this because I knew that when you are lifting heavy loads with an excavator and you're swinging the cab, when you let off the controls, it just stops. And if you have a very heavy load like rocks or gravel in the end of that bucket and you come to an abrupt stop, that puts a ton of strain on that tiny little gear that's swinging that cab. A cushion valve allows you to swing a little bit beyond the stop, and it softens the blow and the sudden force that's going on to that small little motor and gear. So it's almost essential that you put one on your unit if you have one. So it's a very simple job. I filmed this video way back in the spring, and I'll be honest with you, I completely forgot I had filmed it. So I came across it and said, I want to put this content out there so that if you need a little bit of a confidence boost on how easy this job is, you can watch how I did it, and you can put your own on because it is definitely worth it. So let's watch the video. I've decided to get started on replacing the cushion valve on my CW12 Pro. So I've taken off the cover. It's sitting over there on my lawnmower. And there's my swing motor. We can get a look in here underneath these hoses right here. You'll see that you can just see the fittings right there. Those are 17mm fittings. And I'm going to be replacing those hoses. Here's the cushion valve itself. And then it came with these hoses here. Got these from Bob Silva in, I think he's in New Hampshire. And what I have to do is go ahead and remove those two hoses, mark the top one. So I brought a Sharpie so I could mark my top hose, and that way I can get in there, replace those two, put them back on, and then I'll go through the process of adjusting that cushion valve so that when I'm lifting heavy loads, it doesn't put such a strain on that swing motor. So I'm going to spare you the boring part of taking those off, and I'll come back to you when I have it done. All right, I'll bring you up to date on where we are. As you can see, I've removed the two lines. It wasn't terrible, just took a long time. They're dripping, I'm gonna have to clean that mess up. But I've taken those two lines, they're here. I've attached them to the cushion valve. Now, they don't really give instructions with these, but it appears that C goes to C1, V goes to V1. If it's wrong, it just won't work, I suppose, but that's how I hooked it up. And then I have my appropriate lines coming out over here. And then C is top, V is bottom. That's how I'm remembering them. If you mix it up, it's going to spin backwards. All you'd have to do is swap out the lines up here, and you would be able to get the controls back to the right place. But that is where we are right now. I'm going to go ahead and connect these 90s down here on the motor and clean up my mess, and then I'll get back to you, and then I'll show you how we test this thing. Okay, welcome back. All right, so I've got the lines on. I've got them all running here to my valve. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to set this in here, but I think it'll be fine. Nothing is really kinked or anything, so I think we'll be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the machine and test this, make sure it's not leaking. First I'm gonna do is reposition my machine over there so I can swing it around and make sure I get oil in those lines prior to testing the cushion valve, because you don't want it to be filled with air or else you get a false sense of what it's doing. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna position it over there, and I'll get back to you as soon as I do that, and then we'll go ahead and dial this cushion valve in. All right, I moved the machine out just so I could spin the cab around a couple times and make sure there was fluid in this particular unit so that you weren't pushing on air. Now I want to show you something. If I grab it right here, and I give it a push, I cannot overcome that motor. It is set. So what I have to do here is I'm going to go in and I'm going to unscrew these two ends, and I'm going to, I brought them 3 turns out. I'm just going to go a half turn at a time. We don't have to start the machine or anything until I can just overcome the force of the fluid and activate the relief cushion on there so that that'll spin freely. All right, you guys, I got to tell you, on a scale from 1 to 10, this project was 3 in hardness. Very pretty easy. You know, the hardest part is getting to those hoses right there, but I was able to get to them from here. It just took a little time to get them off with a wrench, but super easy. And then putting this cushion valve somewhere where it's out of the way, I just put some zip ties on it to hold it down, but I adjusted it to about, I screwed the set screws all the way in, backed them out 3, and it wouldn't budge. So I backed them out again, maybe another half turn. So I just want to show you what we got here. If I push on this and get on it, then I can push it myself. And then what you want to do is come over on the other side and push it here. And just, you know, once I get on it, it goes. It's hard to push, but that's exactly what you want. You don't want it to be too easy, but you want it so that it gives that motor a break, so it's not fighting and stopping and it's dead tracks with that little gear against the big gear. So this project is done, and again, easy project. I recommend everybody get this one done. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this kind of content, I'll be putting out a lot more, so please like and subscribe to the channel. So until next time, this is Jeff with the JEFFSCAVATOR channel, and are you digging or are you filling?